Well, traditionally, grape leaves are done in a style where they're stuffed with rice and some meat, and then with that rice and meat, the rice is raw, the meat is raw, everything mixes together, and then you put them inside of a large pot, and you normally put a piece of cabbage or another grape leaf on the bottom of the pot, stack them all up, add a little bit of liquid, bring it to a simmer, then throw it in the oven, and let them all kind of braise together. I love the flavor of smoky, snappy, grilled grape leaves. Walking around the garden last time I was here, I noticed that we have some amazing California Chardonnay grape leaves growing. And so in the Mediterranean, what we do with these guys is we stuff them. So today we're gonna make stuffed grape leaves. And what you do with these guys, one of two ways. You can pickle them, which what we do is you just, from fresh, you just throw them on the grill and let the aromatics come out. And then you can make a little vinegar brine, which would be like about 1 quart of vinegar to about 2 tablespoons of salt, 3 tablespoons of salt. And then just to make it nice and salty, a little bit of water maybe. And then you just take that, put it inside, and then let it brine. So we take those guys, and what we did, we had some already that were brined, and we just marinated those in some lemon zest and some of the, to make the olive oil, lemon oil. And I always do the leaf side down, so that this where the stem was, take the stem out and then lay that part down. And then here we have some ground lamb. So this is some beautiful lamb, spring lamb that was raised by Jack Ford here in San Diego. He also, again, we have this amazing feta cheese that he made, goat's milk feta. So we have about probably 3 pounds of lamb in here. We're gonna put some goat's milk feta in here. You don't have to put, or any kind of feta, you don't have to put cheese if you don't like cheese, or if you have a lactose intolerance. This is goat's milk, so you should be fine. But I just like to add it because it adds a little bit more fat, a little bit more forgiveness to keep things from drying out. So we're putting those things in there. Here we have some raw garlic and finely diced red onion. So that goes inside. Some sumac. Sumac's like a dried berry from the Mediterranean, used in a lot of Middle Eastern cuisine. So we're gonna put some sumac inside. And then this is ras el hanout, which is a kind of 7 spices that come from North Africa. So it's kind of a spice blend from the top of the house, all the top spices, clove, coriander, allspice, cinnamon, cumin, black pepper, saffron, and then some Aleppo pepper. Quite a bit of salt. Some Turkish pepper paste, which is a kind of dried peppers that made into a paste. Put that inside. Gives a little bit of forgiveness to it. And some toasted pine nuts. Just add a little texture to it. Super good. So everything's inside there, like that. We're gonna mix that all together and make a really nice farce, as we say in French. Yep. You can also add some herbs in here if you like. Okay, now it's nice and mixed, like that. We're gonna take a little bit of that guy, lay it inside of the grape leaf, but we're gonna make a burrito. So we're gonna roll this up like this, close the ends, kind of make a triangle at the top, and then roll it up. And once that's rolled up, we're gonna throw it on the grill with the rest of these guys. Well, traditionally, grape leaves are done in a style where they're stuffed with rice and some meat, and then with that rice and meat, the rice is raw, the meat is raw, everything mixes together, and then you put them inside of a large pot, and you normally put a piece of cabbage or another grape leaf on the bottom of the pot, stack them all up, add a little bit of liquid, bring it to a simmer, then throw it in the oven, and let them all kind of braise together. I love the flavor of smoky, snappy, grilled grape leaves, and then you have like this kind of sausage in the middle of it. It's super moist. So we're gonna kind of give these guys a little turn on here. Let these guys cook, and as these guys are cooking, now we're gonna make a very simple tzatziki. which is a yogurt dip, yogurt condiment. It's very popular in Greek cuisine. I love to use it with dishes that need a little bit of fat, but also love a little bit of acidity. So here we have some amazing sheep's milk yogurt from our friend Jack Ford made for us. You know, and sheep's milk yogurt, as opposed to cow's milk yogurt, the sheep's milk yogurt is going to have higher acidity, also going to feel a little bit more fatty in your mouth. So we just took that guy, we added some raw garlic. I'm going to grate a little bit more raw garlic. And then what we did, a very simple technique, is we just took some of those Persian cucumbers and we put them on a cheese grater and we grated them. And then we grated them on a cheese grater like this onto a towel. We add a little bit of salt to it, and then we squeeze all that excess liquid out of it until it was super dry. And once it was dry, we put that on a cutting board and chopped it up very fine, and then we have this kind of cucumber pulp here. Again, these cucumbers have never been in a refrigerator. They're super fresh, and also they're smaller cucumbers, so they're not full of water, they're full of flavor. So they're gonna really taste like cucumber. Get it mixing, and then we're gonna put a little bit of the zest and the juice of a lemon. See these beautiful Eureka lemons from the farm here. Those are beautiful, look at those guys. And this is one of the things that, you know, you have a pretty lean meat in there, so you don't want to cook it for too long. You just want to cook it till it gets a little bit firm. But you just kind of roll these guys around until they feel a little bit firm. Some Aleppo pepper. The juice of the lemon. You know, a lot of the Greek and Lebanese and Middle Eastern dishes, a lot of them go kind of hand in hand. Some are inspired by others. Some are obvious combinations. In Turkey, in Istanbul, you could have this same dip. They call it cacik, spelled C-A-C-I-K, and it's very, very, very similar. And so all these guys go in here like that, and then we're just going to take some fresh herbs, which today we're going to use some dill. So I'm just going to put them together like this and cut them one time. I'll cut them back one time this way just so they don't get stuck in our teeth. I remember when I was first learning how to make tabbouleh, and my mentor, Daniel Baloud, came to me, and he's very French, and he said, "I want more parsley." And he says parsley, like parsley, like that. And I thought it was very funny, and I always remember that, and every time I chop parsley, I always think, parsley. Is that funny? This is a perfect meal for your family on a Sunday, something different. You know, maybe for Father's Day. A little lamb in your life. Jack hooks you up with some ground lamb neck. These guys are still cooking. We're gonna finish this dish right now. We're gonna serve it with this tzatziki right here on the side for everybody to dip into. Just like that. I'll put a little bit of Aleppo pepper on top of it. A little bit more fresh lemon juice. A little bit of lemon juice. There's a little bit of red onion in here. Just gonna lay it over the top like that. Some more olive oil. And that's it.